Happy New Year and welcome to Planet Coaster with Craziac. I started recording this once already and failed because this game doesn't like being recorded in a traditional manner, so I had to make a hack for it. But anyway, so this is a game that is kind of a spiritual successor to Roller Coaster Tycoon, which you guys may recall that I played, I don't know, some time ago. And Roller Coaster Tycoon does have actual sequels. It has 2, which was really good, 3, which was bleh, and then more after that, which were like bleh. So, yeah. I was recommended this game to play, and I actually found it through Steam recommendations as well. And I gotta say, it's pretty good. So, I figured I'd showcase it off as well. Now, this game is significantly different from Roller Coaster Tycoon in a number of ways, and a lot of the strategies that I use in Roller Coaster Tycoon do not work in this. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and start the scenario because it took a long time to load last time. I finished 5, and I'm working on the 6th one. This scenario is really hard to finish because one of the objectives is a roller coaster, and you have to have a big drop of 70 meters or more, which is huge. Which is not the problem, but you also need to have a high excitement rating. And there's 2 problems. One, when you have a big drop, it adds a lot of fear to the ride, which drives excitement a little bit down. And then you have to have a huge chain lift after the big drop to get back up to the platform. And that also drains excitement, because riding a thing up a hill is not exciting. So, it's very difficult. I still haven't finished it yet. I'm still working on that one. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and start one of these scenarios. So, one thing you'll notice is that a lot of the strategies I used in Roller Coaster Tycoon and share with you guys... Oh, okay, that loaded much faster this time. Do not work in this. So, for example, park entry fee. I will actually add a park entry fee, a very small one, and it won't really affect the rides. Now, where is the park entrance for this guy? Through here... nope, that's food. Where is the park entrance? Come on, bud. Where are you at? Oh my god, there it is. Found it. Jeez, this is a big park. Alright, let's see here. I'm going to raise this one up to 3 for guests and 2 for children. Many guests are trapped in the park. Actually, I do not believe they are. Sometimes the messages in this are not very good. It will also spam me about people who are being robbed until I get a security guard. And I'm not going to do that yet. It's just not worth the money. So, they have 1 ride in the park and there's horrible messes on the trails already. Can we get a goddamn handyman in here, please? Boop. And yes, I call them handyman, even though they're called janitors in this game. Habit from Roller Coaster Tycoon. But anyway, like a lot of the tricks I use in Roller Coaster Tycoon do not work in this, so I kind of had to relearn a little from scratch. Now, most of it's kind of similar. You know, you build a random ride, and then you set up a queue line. Place the entrance somewhere, so I'll place the entrance there, and then you set up an exit, and you connect the entrance to the path. Of course, it helps if you connect the exit to a path first, in case you want to use that. So, what pathway is it using? That one? Yeah, okay, I'm going to just do that. And then I need pathways for this guy. Sure, that's a nice texture. How about we make a wood queue line instead? Because so many parks would do that. Alright. So that's all you need to do. Yay, I completed an objective, build 2 rides. That's phantasmic. What are my objectives? So this one actually is a little different from Roller Coaster Tycoon that had 1 objective, like, oh, have 1,200 guests in your park by year 4. And this one has like a set of easy, medium, and hard objectives. So, attract 800 guests, build 2 rides, 900 guests, build 4 rides, 1,100 guests, and acquire $15,000. And that's actually not that hard. That's actually really easy. I completed this one like my very first try. Yeah, but the third scenario is actually really difficult because I don't know if I mentioned this earlier in this episode or if it was the one that I botched. But anyway, I'll just say it again. When you do that scenario, it starts you off with staff you don't need, and if you don't fire them, you lose a bunch of money that you can't afford to lose. So it's dumb. Anyway, you also need park entry fee on that one or else you're going to lose too much money. But anyway, so this assigns a price by default, and the assigned prices are usually pretty good. Sometimes they're a little low, but it's fine. So I just use park entry fee to adjust for that. Also, this path is going to get very congested because this ride is so popular. I'm just predicting into the future here. And also, one thing this game has that Roller Coaster Tycoon did not, I can speed up the scenario. Oh, I miss that so much because it's in The Sims and in SimCity and stuff, right? So I miss it when I play Roller Coaster Tycoon. Anyway, so I've been playing this game a fair bit. I don't even think I mentioned this, but yeah, I've played all these scenarios, and this is not my first time playing this. I wanted to wait a little bit. I also wanted to wait till I got my graphics card because I couldn't run it on full settings, which I have my graphics card now, which is fantastic. Also, I can't hear the game. Okay, it doesn't make any sound. Okay. Too many guests are trying to use Captain Beef. Well, good for them. I don't really care. it will give you warnings like way too early. Like right now there's 9 or 10 people lined up there. And, oh, I got another objective without even trying. Sweet. I guess I got guess in my park. Yeah, I got 800 guests, so I completed the easy objectives. But yeah, this can probably hold about 15 people online. And even then, people will come back to it. They'll be like, oh, it's full, I'll come back later. People are actually a little smarter in this than they were in Roller Coaster Tycoon, so I like that. Anyhow, enjoy the nice music. Okay, anyway, I need to make more money, so I'm gonna build more rides. So this game is actually focused on separating the idea of coasters versus rides. So you'll see at the bottom here, there's coasters, there's track rides, and there's rides. Track rides are basically coasters that aren't meant for excitement. So it might be like a train ride or a cart ride or something like that, where people are on it more for like views and scenery than they are to be thrilled. Sorry, I'm still sick, so, anyway. Whereas rides are more isolated things, like these guys here, like a merry-go-round or whatever, that is not based on a track at all. Also, I got an achievement. Money spinner 96 out of 100. I don't know what that is. Also, this game, you can do like crazy shit, like build stuff way up here. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna build my thing way up here and make people walk up a hill to get to it, which is really nice. And you can also like flip it, like if it will let me. Dude, what are you doing? There we go. Okay, I was pressing the wrong button, that's why. It's not its fault, it's my fault. So I'm just gonna rotate it nicely. And then I can place an entrance and an exit, which sometimes auto-connects. If it's close enough, it will auto-connect the path. But for some reason, it's not. It's not close enough, I guess. I suck at this. So I'm gonna place an orange queue line, because why the hell not? And there we go. I placed it a little bit above ground, but kind of by accident, but that's okay. Now there's stairs in my queue line. Whatever. Queue lines are a lot more flexible in this. And there's also a really cool thing in this. See if I can get this. Also, am I almost close to completing? Yeah, I already have my $15,000 objective. Like, seriously, I could basically finish this almost immediately. I just need more people in my park. Wow. Okay, anyway. So, I don't know if I have... Let me check something in here. Shops and facilities, custom... No, there's no information kiosk in this one, it looks like. Yeah, there's no information kiosk. At least I don't think so. Let me see if they built one for me before... And I'll tell you what I'm doing in a second here. No, they didn't. Okay, so there are some parks that come with an information kiosk, which lets you set up what's called priority passes. And essentially what you can do is here somewhere priority pass. You can enable priority pass for the ride, and that will let you basically build a second queue line. So I can build like a shortcut through this queue line, and people that buy a priority pass can then circumvent that and oops, I forgot to open the ride. They can circumvent this whole line, and they can cut through here for a fee. And that, you know, that gets, whoopsies. That gets a lot of people, you know, interested in the ride, because they're like, oh, I can skip that whole queue line, because you'll notice these are actually filling up pretty nicely. So it gets you a fair amount more money. But yeah, look at this, by the way. This is what I was talking about with the security guards. Look at this. No security guards to give us a description to, blah, 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 blah. And thievery is just constant in this game. Even once you have a security guard, it's just constant. Unless you have like 500 security guards. But staff are actually really expensive in this game. You know how in Roller Coaster Tycoon, we paid the handyman a measly 35 bucks a month? These guys get, let's see, go to my janitor. He gets paid 120 bucks a week, which is still a pittance compared to what you get paid in real life. But it's significantly more in terms of how much I have to worry about that. I'm still gonna get a security guard because I'm making so much money right now. Like shit, I'm making so much money. Like $8,000, $9,000 a month is ridiculous. It is absolutely absurd. And it's probably because of this mostly, I would guess. Lifetime profit, I've already made 10 grand on it. Like, yeah. Normally you would not make money this quickly. I think it's because it's the first scenario. But anyway. How are we doing for objectives? We're at 900 guests, so I have to build another ride to get the silver objective. So we'll go ahead and do that. We'll build this boring ass bullshit. We'll build it right in the middle of here. And the nice thing is, like, because of how flexible paths are, I can actually make this work really nicely in the middle of this tiny area. And connect entrance. And we'll build this one out of stone. Because I am awesome. Come on. Here we go. Yay, and now I got my silver objective. Yay! And we'll start that ride up. That's one thing I often forget to do in this game is start the rides. I don't know why. I never forgot in Roller Coaster Tycoon, but I seem to forget in this one all the time. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I just have this horrible sore throat and terribleness. And my guests are going up like crazy. It's like five a second. So we're going to have no problem beating this scenario very, very quickly. But there's also more rides, and I wish I could show more rides. I'll start a more complex scenario after I finish this one, so I can show you guys more of the rides, because there's a lot of really cool ones that you get to like research, and even through not research, they just like appear by default, and they're really cool. I really like them. But I'm gonna place this one if it will let me. Sometimes it gets really finicky about ground slope, which is annoying. Here we go. And I'm gonna place the entrance and the exit and connect the entrance to a path. For some reason, you don't actually have to connect the exit to a path to open the ride, which is kind of odd. I could literally open the ride right now, and they'll just exit and walk out into the grass, and that's what it is. So anyway, you guys can see now, I haven't done this park long enough for this to congest, I guess. But it would eventually. Because this was my very first one. It took me a while to get used to all the mechanics and where the buttons and stuff were. So I played long enough for that to fill up. But yeah, you can see all the queue lines are full. So priority passes come in handy when you can actually get them. So anyway, I'm going to exit this part. And let's see if I can grab a park that's a little different. Actually, you know what? I'm actually going to resume the park. Hang on. If I go to... Where is my load? If I go to... No, I don't want to resume. Where's my load? Okay, so I'm loading up what I believe is the latest autosave of my park. The reason it's an autosave and not an actual save is because I got pissed off at this coaster and just quit without saving. So here's my giant-ass coaster with this huge big drop at the beginning. And the reason I'm showing this is because I can show you guys all the rides without having to build them or anything. So, you got this guy, which is basically like it picks people up and like spins around individually on the claws. And meanwhile, you guys can see some of the other ones in the background here. So this guy is the most nausea-inducing thing in this game as far as I can tell. It will like spin people vertically, horizontally, and like on all three axes, essentially. Like that, like look at that, and it gets even more insane. And as soon as people get off here, they'll puke. So I basically have to assign a handyman to this route. It's like right here, these two rides generate so much vomit that I just have to constantly leave someone there. And you got this one that, honestly, I don't think is that exciting, but people seem to love. I don't really know why. Actually, I'm going to speed this up. There we go. All it does is this. It just... That's it. That's the whole ride. Absolutely fantastic. This one I built in the last part, but you guys probably didn't get to see it run. It is actually quite fun. It just kind of picks people up and spins them around. And the funny thing is, this game doesn't have a lot of hitbox detection. So you could stick this thing in this little alcove here, and then it would literally swing them through the cliff, and it's absolutely hilarious. Got normal teacups there. Also, one thing this game lets you do is build structures. So this actually is a thing that I built. I chose the walls, I chose the color, I added a bathroom, a food place, and a drink place. And added this sign on top. So it actually lets you, actually I'll build a structure. After I go through the roller coaster. After I do that, I'll build the structure. But then there's a couple more up here. This one is very popular for some reason. I don't know why. I build it in every park now because it is just the most absurdly popular thing. It's called a magic twirl. I don't know why people love it so much, but they do. And these are also custom structures. I just built them with little elf hats. Yeah. And you guys saw that one already. And that one's pretty boring, pretty standard. It's just a little teacup hyper spin, they call it. It's not really that. But what's interesting is, like, I think I mentioned the Calgary Stampede when I played Roller Coaster Tycoon, the one that was near my place when I grew up. And, this game is actually very close to being able to build that. I'm going to try it someday. It's actually very much closer. It has more of the rides you'd see there. Like, this ride is there. There's a copy of this ride there. There's not this one or this one. But also, I don't have the zipper in this one, do I? Do I have the zipper available to me? No, I don't. So there's a ride called the Zipper that's actually been decommissioned, but it was like a historical part of the park. And it's a hugely vomit-inducing ride. But anyway, so the coaster, I will go ahead and test it. Oh, it is testing. Where's the... Okay, so I'll wait for him to start over. Unfortunately, I think it actually costs money to do testing, which kind of sucks. You just leave the thing on and it just drains money. But anyway, so we'll go ahead and watch this. I'm going to slow it down to 1 here. So this is the big drop, and you can actually... Hang on. Wait, pause. Okay, hang on. If I go to... Edit the track. I should be able to see. I can see real-time results, which is a huge improvement over building coasters in Roller Coaster Tycoon 1. So if I resume, and then yeah, okay, so it's going to start the test here any second. Okay, so you can actually watch this. I can't really see it because it's behind my webcam. Really bad placement. But you can see the excitement going up. It's going to hit about 10 or so, and then it goes up this. And you can see the excitement just dies. No fear, no excitement. It just dies while it climbs up here. And then it's gonna do this nice little twist thing and go through the rest of the park, which actually is pretty good for excitement. So it'll hover around 5, 6, 9, 10. Like here, it's hovering around 10, 8, 9, 8, 7. So it's pretty good. But then it gets to this part here, and all the excitement just dies. So it'll go up to like 3 or 4. It might even hit 5. I don't know. Let's see here. No, it hit 4 there. That's the best it hit. It touched 5 and 6 there for a second, but now it's 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2. And then that's it. So when it gets the results, the excitement average is 3.82. And the objective for this one is that you need to build it with 5 excitement. I've gotten to 4.82. That's the best I've gotten. But you also need to make sure you have that big drop of 65 meters. Has to reach 70 miles an hour, which is not a problem with the big drop. 900 meters long. I don't even think this meets that requirement, does it? No, it's 880. And it has to have that nausea. Or it has to have less nausea, which is fine. I've managed that one. Absolutely no problem. But it's absolutely ridiculous. It is absolutely absurd. But anyway, so I'll show you guys the building structures here. So what's interesting is when you go into shops and facilities, there's a bunch of pre-made ones, like the drink stall. So you can build this really kind of dumb-looking tiki drink stall. That's absolutely fantastic, I guess. Or you can build like things like this, like a park entrance that's like, woo, yay, fantastic. But what you can also do is go into custom, and you can find like all the shops in here. So I can build, actually there's more in here than there are in the other one. So I can build like this Tichiki stall, like you saw in here. This is a Tichiki stall in here. And then I can build other stuff around it. So let's see if I can... I'll build a first aid booth. I haven't built a first aid booth. I'm not even going to save this anyway, so... I'll build my first aid booth. So then you get this area to build stuff around it. So I go into building, and I can be like, okay, so I want some walls around this. What kind of walls should I put around this? And be like, okay, I'm going to build a castle wall around... Whoopsies. Castle wall around this, and be like, yeah. Boink. Hi, are you coming for some first aid? They can continue to use the building while it's there. And honestly, I don't even know what first aid is for. I don't think I've ever had anyone actually injured. But anyway, so I'm going to put in some actual more walls here. Boom. And then I want an archway. A grand archway at the start of it. Let's see here. There we go. That'll do. All right. And then I'm going to see if I can build some fancy-ass walls. I've never built a structure this large, so I'm not totally familiar. What's annoying is, like, there's not very many small pieces. So, like, you'll notice I didn't put curved walls on this one, because they just take up, like, a lot of space. I can't make, like, a tiny curved corner or anything like that, which is kind of disappointing, but it's not perfect. Let's see here. What can I put on... See, those towers aren't big enough to be a corner. That's why I'm, like... Actually, I'm in the walls section, aren't I? So, let's see. Let's... See, it's actually, like, it's very nice to, like, be able to, like, navigate through this reasonably easily. But, let's see. So this will fit nicely on the corner. So I can do this. I can make it look very castle-y like this. I will also need a straight edge, though. I said straight edge. Where's my straight edge here? Is that the right straight edge? I think it is. Yep. But it only goes one way, so I gotta do that. Alright, so now I built that in. I also want a roof on that, so I don't have to look at that eyesore of a thing. I need... And see, it's hard to find anything in here. It's not really sorted by any measurable thing. Is that the one I want? Yeah, that's the one I want. Okay, I gotta lower it down. And rotate and lower down. And rotate and lower down. And rotate and lower down. Oopsies, that's not right. Did I get the other ones right? No, I didn't. You, move. Down. Okay, I'll be right back. 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. One of the problems with being sick. But anyway, so I got that one to the right place, that, and the other ones are in the right place. Okay, good. Now I can build a flat castle roof. Oh, no. Okay, well, we'll fix that. We'll fix that with something else. You guys can see I placed the roof too low, so it's intersecting with the first aid thing. And this is kind of one of the things I was mentioning with the hitbox earlier, is like, there really is no notion of hitbox. I could just be like, let's see here. You know this sign? I'm just gonna place it, you know, halfway inside. You know, I'm just gonna stick it there, right? Like, there's actually no notion of hitboxes, really. I can also make stuff fly. There's that kind of stuff, too. So it's kind of silly in that way, but let's see if I can find some decorations to put on top of this to hide that eyesore. No, that's not what I want. These aren't really very good decorations for what I want. See if I can find something fancy in the roofs, maybe? Like something like that. Except big. I want big. That's not big. Hang on. Maybe, hang on. Oh, that is big. All right. Now we're talking, except it's, see, here's the problem, is that, like, can I unalign it from the grid, maybe? Grid size. There we go. Okay, that might work. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So instead of being aligned to the 4x4 grid, or 2x2 grid, it was aligned to the 1x1 grid. Nice. Beautiful. And we can put, like, a sign on the outside, so you go, like, let's see here. Let's just type first aid signs. So I'll just, like, stick that over there, and then that on the side of the building. And there's your first aid building. I kind of messed up the entrance hallway a little bit. Hang on a second, see if I can fix that. No, not first castle, just castle. There should be a hallway object. Yeah, this guy here. If I can place it in the right spot, that'd be good. Yeah, no, hang on. Don't. Oh, really? You're gonna. Oh, God. Okay, hang on. I think that's gonna have to do. You can see both of them there, unfortunately. And that looks like crap. Looks like crap. It's crap. I don't think there's anything else I can do. I think it's the only one, though. Well, if I place it lower, maybe. Looks kind of dumb, but it kind of works. It at least, like, adds something to the sides. It's good enough, I guess. And I need one more of those arch things that I put in there at the beginning. If I can put it in the right spot, and then there. Nope, that's not it. Actually, I don't think I can get it to align properly on that. Anyway, so there's my first aid building. So it's something you couldn't really do in Roller Coaster Tycoon. Also, why is it not? Oh, I left it on pause. Whoops. Anyway, so that's something you couldn't do in Roller Coaster Tycoon, right? You were left with, oh, I'm gonna build like this burger stand, but it's always gonna look like a burger. That kind of thing. Whereas this, like, actually lets you do some more interesting things. Also, yeah, let's look at all these notifications. Description of suspect being released to security, yada, yada, yada. No longer regarded as new and no longer willing to pay a premium price. I've never noticed a difference with the premium price and the non-premium. Might be like 50 cents, I don't know. I've never done premium pricing, so. But almost everything is like theft reported, theft reported, theft reported. There's too much thieving. There's just too much of it in this game. It's just absolutely absurd, but. Anyway, I'm not sure what more there is to show, unfortunately. I could show building a coaster. I could try and fix this coaster. I could try. I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen, right? Okay, let's do some coaster editing. No, not that. That's not what I wanted. That is not what I wanted at all. I want this guy. I want to edit that. All right, let's see here. So I'm going to delete a bunch of stuff. Delete and delete. We'll just delete all the way back to my little loop here. And yeah, so this actually is much better than a Roller Coaster Tycoon. Like, they actually made this amazing. Like, the amount of control you get over this is amazing. The results from the test are bullshit, but the actual coaster itself, because I can, like, drag this through and I can adjust the height that I want it at, and then I can place it and then be like, okay, now I want it to go the other way, and I want to bank it a little bit so people aren't too freaked out, and then I want to curve it even harder and really go around this column. And really just keep going. And then I don't want to go up. But see, it will try and correct because right now I would be trying to do this and it wouldn't be possible. Or actually, I'd be trying to do this and it wouldn't even be possible. So it tries to auto-correct for you, which is kind of nice. I can just keep clicking the place button and it will eventually place it somewhere, even if it's not a feasible place to put it. But instead, I'm going to undo my banking, undo my curve, and go down here instead. And then go one more time to the side. Oopsies. Yoink. And then more curving. And see, it's raising me up again because I was going to run into the rocks. Let's try and do that. And then more this way. Whoopsies. No, it's not what I wanted. Sometimes I click by accident because really you just have to click anywhere to place a piece, but you can't click a button because if you do, you'll click the button. Do that. That's way too high of an incline. I do not want nearly that high of an incline. Actually, that's only 22.5, isn't it? Okay, fine. I guess we'll do that then. Boink, and then level it off. And see, here's the part where all the excitement gets drained from the ride as far as I can tell. So I'm just going to place this and try and navigate over to the end. And I'll show you guys something that's also kind of neat about building coasters in this. Or really any kind of track ride. And see if I can avoid the dinosaurs here. No, I did not want that. No, don't take me upwards. Do not do that, please. Okay, I want it flat. Flat. And then downhill. And what's kind of cool is if you aim it just right, it will like offer to finish the ride for you, which is really cool. You don't have to worry about fidgeting with all this crap and trying to get it to fit just perfectly. It will just finish it for you. So now we can start the test. And it will actually leave the whole thing open while you do the test, which is kind of nice. If you edit it, it will stop the test, but down we go. Also, hang on. I think if I, hang on. If I change the camera, here we go. You can do this stuff. Pause. Whee! So you can actually ride the rides, which is something they did in Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, but that was really the only good part of the game was the coaster building. In this game, you got both. So it's kind of cool how you can see like parts of the like the park, you know, fully functioning while I go through this ride. So I can see all the other rides, I can see the scenery, and I can experience how the ride actually would be, which I think is really cool. I think it's absolutely awesome. And here we go, down to the part I just built, which I don't even know if it'll make it all the way to the end, but we'll see. See, I think this is exciting. I don't know why they're like, oh, it's bullshit excitement. I'm just like, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. All right, let's get out. All right, see, oh, 4.51, that's better. I might actually save this and see if I can fix that a little bit better, but 4.51 is definitely better than 3.82. But it's amazing that just changing from here to the end, that's all that was required for increasing it by 0.7. Like, that's a lot. 0.7 out of 5 is a lot. But I think that's all I have to show, unfortunately. I would actually recommend this game if you guys enjoyed Roller Coaster Tycoon and want to play a game that's very similar to it. I would highly recommend this. There's a lot of interesting stuff in here that I haven't even showed yet, like the other track rides. So it's like Whitewater Rapids or a boom boat, whatever the hell that is. There's other kinds of coasters that I haven't built. They're very expensive. These are the pre-made ones. But there's like Hyper Coaster, hybrid, or an inverted one. This is the one that I built, the one that we're just looking at out of. And then there's more rides, like I was mentioning, the Cube. But yeah, I guess I don't have the zipper in that. That's sad. That's really sad. It's actually not called the zipper. I forget what it's called, like kickflip or something like that. And then scenery. There's a lot of cool scenery in this one as well. Like, there's like straight up trees that you can like rotate and make it look like a forest. Like, you can see all these trees and stuff I've placed. Just to really add to the park. It makes it look so much more alive and awesome. Oh, so did someone quit? Let's see here. I'm just going to pause. Maybe I won't save this because I wasn't paying attention to any of this. Yeah, people quit. And that's usually what happens when... Oh, geez. Dang it. I got stuck. Sometimes the camera gets stuck if you zoom in too fast. If they get overworked, sometimes they'll be like, oh, I don't want to work here anymore, and they'll quit. And I'm going to guess... Yeah, he just left. He's just like, peace out, bro. But my guess is... Oh, yeah, it was the two guys working at this stand here. So because I didn't have enough stands in the area, these guys were overwhelmed and working too much. You can raise their pay to keep them, or you can build more stalls or whatever. So it's actually kind of interesting. People will actually like straight up quit. In Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 or Roller Coaster Tycoon, they wouldn't. They would just keep on enjoying their shitty ass jobs doing the best they could. But you guys can see there's a lot more micromanagement in this game. So there's like security management. You can see like cameras. You can set up security cameras, which apparently deter crime, but I've never tried it. And then there's like, you can see all the attractions, see what the status of them is. See stuff about the guests. You can see your demographics, how much people spend on various things. Staff are a little more, a little more robust. You can find where they are, see what their workload is. So he's cleaning too much, or she's cleaning too much. But she's the only one in the lower area too. So I could take a second one. I could add another janitor and assign them to the lower area too and help her out with that area. And of course, increasing and decreasing pay. Decreasing never works. Even if they have a low workload or they're happy with their job, decreasing it will almost always make them quit. They give you a lot of warning before they quit, but they basically always end up quitting. And then, of course, you have the vendors for the shops. and then mechanics, security guards, and the work rosters. There's no there are entertainers, but I've never actually used them, so I don't know how they work, how they increase happiness or whatever. Marketing campaigns I don't really like in this game compared to Roller Coaster Tycoon. Like there's only, you can make like banner advertisements for the park or viral videos for the park or like anything for the park itself. You can't advertise a specific ride. You can't advertise a part of the park, a specific kind of food or anything like that. You can't advertise what's special about your park, just the fact that it exists. And I don't really like that. Research, this is where you get new rides. So it won't tell you what it is right at the beginning, but, or yeah, it will, sorry. It does. Roller Coaster Tycoon did not. But this one does. So when I hover over Thrill Ride, it says Think Big. So that's what the ride is actually called. That one's called All Aboard. Mexcellente, Street Vox Coffee, Hat's Fantastic, and an ATM. And then I can get scenery as well. Pirate scenery, sci-fi scenery, or whatever. More coaster stuff. And then finances are very detailed. So you can actually see, actually I didn't make much money. Oh, great, because all of the guys quit, so I wasn't selling food from those things anymore. You can see shops and facilities went down from 1,000 to 37. So, yeah, the shop sales went down, but the shop running costs stayed basically the same. So, ride tickets. So it tells you everything, and like it's very much micromanagement, which is one thing that's difficult. Like when I was building this coaster the first time, I got like halfway through, and I was like, oh shit, something happened in my park, and I didn't remember what it was. I didn't notice it happen, so like shit was going down. I had to reload because I wasn't paying attention to the park, and you have to in this game. Though I do realize, unlike in Roller Coaster Tycoon, you can build while pause, which is nice. So I ended up pausing while I built the roller coaster. But yeah, so this is Planet Coaster. If you guys want to check it out, I'll link it in the description down below. It's not that expensive. I think it's 30 bucks or something like that on Steam. So if you guys want to check it out, feel free. But other than that, I think that's all I got. So thank you so much for watching. Until next time, I'll see you later.